are on cooldown. So the way this works is instead of warping in units and queuing them up, you can basically drop them at a pylon, any pylon, which of course, if he had a pylon right here, that means he could drop them in over here, which obviously gives you a ridiculous amount of strategies that you can consider. Basically, it allows players to warp in units as needed, where needed. A very cool method of play for protoss players to basically take advantage of. Now, this Colossus here, it looks like he's going to go do some harassment. Now, obviously, you're seeing the special ability of the Colossus right now. It's called cliff walking. He can walk up and down cliffs, and taking out a ton of probes, 18 kills already. That's going to kill IdrA's economy, and we can see if we go to the income tab, this is going to drop heavily for IdrA, already is. Brilliant play by Az over here. Very well done. IdrA trying to clear out the Colossus, but he already got the Colossus, so it looks like he's going to go for a counterattack, knowing that he's very far behind at this point. But look at this unit combination that we're seeing over here. By the way, you can select a lot more units than you could in StarCraft 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3 means you can select 24 units at the same time visibly, but you can actually do a lot more than that. It just shows up to 24 units at once on your selection screen, but then it overflows basically. So it's like a super grouping of units, and you can see, now it overflows into the second group, but it's all part of the same hotkey, which is ridiculous. Anyway, it looks like IdrA's pushing in, but he just clearly doesn't have the unit composition. He needs to beat this. There's two Colossus now for Az, as well as some Immortals, and we don't see any Immortals here. Now, the Immortal is a unit that does a lot of damage to larger units, and basically takes much more limited damage from the larger units as well because of its shield. It's a heavy armor unit. Now we're seeing all the abilities going on at once. This is the Guardian Shield. Force fields left and right. That's to try to get a better concave and better grouping of units versus the other players' grouping of units, but it can backfire as well. And it looks like at this point in IdrA has 3 Colossus up. He's taken out all the Colossus of Az at this point, but Az has this Immortal. This Immortal is not taking much damage. It does go down, but he does take down a Colossus. It looks like they're even going to get a second Colossus, but it looks like IdrA may actually be able to run it away. However, that Colossus is not particularly fast, at least no faster than these Stalkers. Stalkers are obviously, I haven't even mentioned them, they're the equivalent of the Dragoon. It looks like that is going to go down, and force field going down. I don't know who put that force field, but it was a failure if it was Az's, which I believe it was. And the Colossus still does not manage to get away. It looks like IdrA, in the meantime, building more Colossuses. Both are actually acceptable in the English language, just so you know. And it looks like Az is now falling behind because IdrA has that expansion up. Now, the expansions in StarCraft 2, such an odd thing. It doubles your income. It's amazing how quickly it doubles, even if you have half the probes. But at the same time, you don't necessarily need them quickly. Although, once you get them, you want to have more than the other player. It's a really difficult thing to explain at this point, and truly, it's not even clear to the players at this point what is the best way to go. There's still some talk going back and forth. We'll see some replays, I'm sure, in the future of low econ builds, even as Terran. Whoever saw a Terran low econ build? I have, and Torch is actually one of the players that does. Anyway, let's go back to locking in the player perspective of, let's go with Az, and we'll see exactly what he's doing as he macros up. Now, the benefit to having more Nexus as a Protoss player, of course, means you have more chrono boost that you can use to build more units quicker. And you can see that he's already, I gotta unlock him already. He's building more Colossi. Now, Colossi or Immortal, that is currently the biggest question in strategy of StarCraft 2 in PvP. Which do you go? Do you go Immortal or do you go Colossus? Now, arguably, Immortal is good earlier on, but Colossus, once you hit that magic number of 2 or 3, they just rape. I mean, they take out Zealots so quickly that they can stay out of range with their boost of range, and really, I would say that Colossus is the better unit to have as you go into a battle if you have significant number advantages. So really, if you can hold off a Immortal rush, I guess, you're better off going Colossus, and we'll see this throughout most PvPs. That's not to say that's the only way to go, but currently that certainly has a good advantage, assuming they don't take advantage of a timing window that exists. Now, here we have the Sentry putting up its Guardian Radiant Shield. That's definitely going to benefit the blue player more. Colossus having a much better concave, basically, against the other Colossi. Colossi, I don't know, however you want to say it. And he's able to take him down a lot quicker. He's got Zealots focusing directly on him at this point. And it looks like even though he's only got 2 Colossus, he's going to take out the Colossus of IdrA. And IdrA is going to have to GG. Oh, not even a GG. He just leaves the game in typical IdrA fashion. Now, again, I got to say one thing before I leave this game. IdrA's a great player, obviously, in Starcraft 1, and he's got great mechanics, but he just hasn't figured out the best strategies. And neither has any of the other protoss players. This is all a beautiful time of Starcraft 2 where everybody is just experimenting. And that's something that I love to see so much in this game. And that's one of the things that have brought back a passion for commentating for me, is just because now there's just so much new information to be going through out here that it's not all the boring, hey, J-Dog's the best, okay, watch, he's going to win type of deal that we were seeing in Pro League in StarCraft 1 when I quit commentating for StarCraft 1. So really expect a lot more commentaries from me. This is a very exciting time. I have the benefit of being able to get replays from all of the, well, not all of, but a lot of the top players as top of his Platinum division. IdrA surely towards the top of his, and a lot of other players that hopefully I'll be getting replays from. Louder, of course, you can watch his stream, but I plan on doing some commentaries from him as well. Obviously, one of the top Platinum players. And whoever else wants to send me replays, if you're a good player, send them my way. If you got any cool games to show me, certainly send them my way, even if you're not a top player, because you know what? There's a lot of exciting things that you can do in this game, and the top players aren't the only ones. You can figure them out. Louder recently got destroyed by a proxy gate. Why? Because he's never seen it before, and now the strategies are just evolving so quickly that you can't even keep up with it. These strategies that I just showed you, days old. Days old doesn't sound like much, but it's already like ancient history in terms of PvP. Yes, there's still viable strategies, but you got to watch out for so much more. I've been seeing Mothership Rush. I've been seeing, which we haven't even got to, by the way. Here's the Mothership. We'll talk about that in another game, but certainly a lot of things to talk about in StarCraft 2 in general, and man, I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. All right, let's conclude this video, and hopefully I'll be getting some more out very shortly. GG!